Hello and welcome back, my dudes. It's time for another session and another new set. So I'm really excited to see which type of new climbs there are gonna be. And also I'm excited to try some of the boulders I didn't do or even didn't try last time. So hope you're as excited as I am, and I see you for the first climbs.
As always, I start off with some easy climbs, really having that controlled motion, over exaggerating everything to really get into that climbing feel and motion of the proper technique, because as I always mention, that just helps so much when you start getting into your limit in the harder grades to be properly warmed up. And especially down climbing, it just feels nice, and it's a different way to control the holds and the motions. The new set this time was in the roof, and maybe it wasn't the brightest idea to also warm up in the roof section, because the hard overhang is really straining and powerful even in less technical climbs. And that's something I really felt in that session, that I got pumped really quickly and was fighting through a lot. This 3 was a lot of fun. It's really nice to get into the feel of the hard overhang, but it's also already quite pumpy. I then went on to this turquoise 4, which immediately gets way more technical than the 3, but it's still a lot of fun. And you can see I'm not used to climbing in the roof in the hard overhang. I know the techniques, but I immediately felt that I'm not as used to really doing them as I'm in some other territories of bouldering especially. Then I got to this pink 5, which has this really fun toe hook start, which at first I thought I needed to jump into, but it's so much nicer if you first put in the toe hook and then jump up. You really need to hold the tension in that move, which I didn't at first, but I pretty quickly realized how I needed to do it. And then you have that one dyno and this one hop up, and the rest from there isn't too bad. You hit that move, it feels really nice. All the holds are quite juggy, they're just in weird positions. You really need to just work your way over, really need to lean in. I got that high heel hook and then got into the last hole, which was quite juggy as well. Afterwards I quickly did this turquoise 4, which is quite fun as well. It's not that bad, and you can nicely work yourself up. It's one where you really just need to know where to grab the holds, and it's nothing too bad if you just lean into the proper direction. Then I went on for this blue 5 in the overhang. The holds are all really nice and quite juggy. I just didn't read the beta that nicely and had some situations that I made harder for myself than I needed to. You have this one really big move in the middle, which doesn't seem as big as first, but when you're hanging there it's quite far. But as I said, all the holds are quite juggy and it's quite a fun one. Then I went on to the green 5, which is way more complicated from the get-go, and all the holds are way worse, especially that one on the left hand is just a little bit in-cut. It's really hard to hold yourself on that for a longer period. But on that move I definitely did the wrong beta. I think you're supposed to bump there with the right hand so you can nicely move over for the next big move, but worked out fine like this as well. I put in the heel hook for just some extra stability. I really learned that they help a lot in the roof sections, but managed to do that 5 as well. Then I went for this blue 6, which to be honest, isn't too hard. You have the shoulder move in the beginning, but it's all about just having the right amount of tension, and then you can pretty much just walk yourself over. The holds aren't too big, but they're nice enough that you have enough space that it's not too crimpy. So they kind of feel just like smaller juggy holds, but kind of quickly cruised through that one. And then I moved on to this Red 6, which absolutely my favorite boulder of the day. You have a really big shoulder move at first, but it's into kind of juggy holds, so it's not too bad. And you have so many options that it's quite hard to read what exactly you're supposed to do at some points. And on this first try, I got to the big one and just slipped off because I had too much momentum. So for me, that was the crux move, figuring out how to get a stable position on that hold. And I kind of switched up my beta with every try, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. I definitely was way too uncontrolled on my feet, and that's the reason why I just slipped off a lot. It's hard to control the momentum on the big slopey hold when you don't have control in your feet. So that's what I really try to work on, find the right placement to have a stable position. The left heel hook into the jugs helps a lot. I couldn't hold on there at this point. I managed to hold on the upper one and then just missed the hold on the volume, which is sad because as soon as you have that one, you're pretty much done. And I just kept fighting. I always switched up my beta because I was just unconcentrated a lot of times, and especially on that try. At this point, the starting sequence was really chill and I knew exactly what to do up until that hold. And on this try, I just bumped my way up, held on for dear life, managed to put on the foot quickly and got up to the next hold, and that was pretty much it. You just work yourself along the volume. The holds are really nice, and that was it for the 6.
Oh yeah, that was a fun one. Good challenge. Now I'm going back to the turquoise 7 to kick my ass last time. Let's see how it's gonna go this time. This move is all that kills me.
And to be honest, it continued to do so. I had the starting sequence quite down. I need to warm up on it, so the first few tries I still struggled a little bit with that first move over, because as mentioned in the last video, that one is just so body position-y, but I had that move down pretty quickly and then just got slapped around by that move. The right hand pinch is just basically non-existent for me. It feels like it bumps me off more than it helps me, and I just can't lean enough to the left side to have a stable position to get to the next hold with my left hand. I don't know what it is, but this move is just the absolute worst for me. I don't know why, I just struggle with it so much. It's the hold that's for the thumb on that pinch is a really small little plug, and you don't have a big edge or area. It's like a slopey thumb press, and with my tiny hands I just can't get any proper force on it where it feels like I'm actually holding myself.
to be honest. I don't like that one. I think I'm kind of giving up on it, at least for now. I think I'll try something else because I'm just getting too frustrated trying it over and over and over again. Because I don't feel like I'm making any progress at all on that move.
So I went from bad to worse. This yellow 7, this start just kills me. The starting hold is a really bad sloper. The foothold is placed in a way that it's really hard to get some proper pressure in the wall. And then you're supposed to swing, jump, whatever to the next holds. And I just couldn't. It was so hard for me to even get into a stable starting position, and from there to even get any momentum or proper force towards the holds just felt impossible. I was just flinging myself up. I was happy with every touch of the hold, but I was just trying that jump over and over and over again without making any conceivable progress. And I kicked the hold on the way up, which just destroyed my big toe, but yeah, I just couldn't do it.
Not sure if that one goes down. I think I'll try some more other ones.
I went onto this black 7, which actually felt possible, but I was already so pumped when I got there. It's really physical, but a lot of fun. The starting sequence is really nice, but besides the hold that's at the bottom of the volume, the first one you go to, all the ones are so much worse than they look at first. They look like jugs, but they're barely in-cut at all, and because of the angle they feel really rough, and you have that really physical beta over already. But from there it just gets worse. You really need to hold the tension in between, and then you can bump the left hand up to the next sloper, but I couldn't hold on that try. But with every try it just got harder and harder to even get to that point. But I still really enjoyed this climb. You have that intricate body position you start because the volume is quite slippery, but the turnaround and just shifting your body weight, it feels really nice when you manage to do it.
Skin on my fingers is vanishing. That black 7, like, it feels more possible if I got to it earlier. Then my fingers start hurting like hell and it's so rough. And the holds in the beginning aren't as nice as they look. Like, I know they look juggy, but they at least don't feel juggy.
So I jumped back on and tried it a few more times, but at that point I already felt so pumped that it was just a struggle even getting through the starting beta because I was so pumped, and it just wasn't possible.
Yeah, I'll go for some more chill climbs. I'm just done, so I'm going for some 5s and 6s just to see how it's still going, but my hands are done.
I went for this green 5, which was way worse than I expected. The holds are quite slopey. They feel nice at first, but sometimes it's really rough to find the nice place on them, and they're slippery. And especially in this overhang, I was just forcing myself up, but had not the best beta, so I just couldn't hold myself. On the next try, I was just like, I need to do it as quickly as I can, so I just tried to pull myself up quickly, tried to do it in a way where I would put less strain on my hands, but especially in the end I felt I was just holding on by near miracle, so I just fought my way through to the last hold, but I just slapped it.
I'm not counting that, but I think I'm done for today. My hands are just fucked up.
Oh yeah, that was a really fun session again. Even though I got slapped around by all the 7s, they were so rough. I kind of regret not going for the black 7 earlier after I've been already pumped as hell. It's really like all the roof stuff, the harder the overhang, the worse I get. I'm really not that great in these types of climbs, but I'm trying to get better. And I still see my progress, especially in the roof segment today, because on some different days that red 6 wouldn't have gone down. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed climbing and filming for you guys, and I hope I see you in the next time. Bye bye.